Hi, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and today we're going to be using the new Summer Smooches line from Stampin' Up. I'm going to start with the Bright Blossom stamp set, and I'm going to start with the vase, and I've got a piece of Whisper White that I die cut with my 3-inch circle die. I'm going to use my Rich Razzleberry marker on my vase, get it all inked up, but I'm just doing the vase part. I'm not doing the leaves or the stems or flowers. Give it the breath of life, and stamp. Stamp it kind of down low and to the right on this circle. I'm going to change out my stamp and put the leaves and flowers because I wanted more than just 2. So I'm going to do my flowers also in Rich Razzleberry. This is going to be a very Rich Razzleberry card. Okay, get this one last flower. Then I'm going to use Lucky Limeade to do my leaves and my stems. Almost done. Give it the breath of life. And I'm going to stamp this one. Fantastic. Alright, so then we're ready to do our layering. So today we're actually going to work from the top down a little bit. I'm going to center this Whisper White circle onto my scallop circle, and I die cut this using the scallop circle number 2 die with Rich Razzleberry cardstock. And then I'm going to layer this on top of a piece of Designer Series paper. So this Designer Series paper is 3.5 by 4 inches, and this is the new Summer Smooches paper. I think it's super cute. Then I took a 4-inch strip of Rich Razzleberry, and I used the dotted scallop ribbon punch on one piece, and then I have another piece that's 4 inches long that I didn't. I didn't want this to be totally symmetrical. A lot of it's symmetrical, but not all of it. Then we're going to put our ribbon. So I've got adhesive on my ribbon. I've got sticky strip on there. I'm going to place it right into the center, well, almost to the center of my circle. Then I've got a piece of Lucky Limeade that I ran through the Big Shot with the perfect polka dots embossing folder. So this is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. I'm going to put this on top here and wrap that ribbon around to the back. Then before we put it onto our base, we're going to do another layer. So I've got an extra piece of Rich Razzleberry cardstock, and I've got my Boho Blossoms punch, and I want the biggest flower. Punch that out. I'm going to grab my matte pack and my paper piercer, and all I really need from the matte pack is the foam piece. I'm going to make a hole down through the center, and then I'm going to put one of these new yummy fabric brads. These are the Summer Smooches fabric brads. I love these guys, and I didn't want this because this is going to be a pretty thick brad, so I want it to go through all of these layers. So I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole before I put this onto the front of my card. I'm going to push this brad down through that hole. It's hard to do when it's so far away from me, so let's see if I can do this or if I need to move it closer. My eyes aren't as good as they once were, but there we go. Good deal. Open up the prongs on the back side, and then I'm just going to lay this onto a piece of Whisper White that started at 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4.25 inches. That ribbon adjusted there. It kind of pulled just a smidge, but that is an easy fix. Alright, so there we have part of our card. Then we've got to add some bling because this card just screamed to be blinged. So I'm going to take my rhinestone jewels and decorate the center of my flowers. Grab a couple of these. Ta-da! And then there we have the front of our card. For the inside of my card, I'm going to be using the Perfect Punches stamp set, and I've got the Happy Birthday. I'm going to ink this up in Rich Razzleberry onto an extra piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to grab my oval punch that coordinates with this and punch this out. Then I'm going to use another layer as well. So I've got the 2 3/8 inch scallop circle and an extra piece of Lucky Limeade cardstock. Punch that out. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this guy. Layer it onto this one right here. And then put this wherever I want it on the inside of my card. I'm actually going to put it down and to the left. Now before we call this card good and done, I decided I wanted to do a little bit more with this ribbon. I didn't like how flat it looked. So I'm just going to take some Whisper White Baker's Twine. And I'm just going to gather this ribbon. I don't want it to, I want it to be more of a ruffled gather. It's more of a loose gather here. I'm just going to tie this in a double knot. Get it centered there before I trim. You can tie a bow in it if you want. I just think the double knot is going to be cute with this. And then to hold this down, all I have to do is grab a mini glue dot and tuck it under. And then there you have our very cute Lucky Limeade and Rich Razzleberry Summer Smooches card. To learn more about rubber stamping for card making and scrapbooking, be sure to visit www.iteachstamping.com and have a great day.